Hi you all, you are welcome to a quick tour of my living room. Let me show you around. So over on the side is a mirror that I got from Home Goods. I got it for about $75, I believe. And it was a huge steal because I think the original price was around $200 and the sale price was in the 70s. So I had to get it. And this lamp over here is from Facebook Marketplace. And I went online to check the original price of the item. It was somewhere around $150 if I'm not mistaken. And then I got it from Facebook Marketplace for $65. And I've had it for about 2 years, I think. And these are LED lights, so they're gonna last me a long time. I don't really use this light. I like more of a soft ambient light. This is soft, but it lights up the room a little more than I would like. So I only use this when I want like a flood of light in the room, but typically it doesn't come on, so it's more decorative than functional. This stool was thrifted. The initial cushion was more leather and I didn't like the way it looked. So I took it out and then replaced it with more of like the suede fabric. I put my feet on this just to be a little more comfortable when I'm watching TV or eating or whatever I'm doing around the house and I really want to like elevate my legs. I just use this, or it can be used for sitting. It's just an extra stool. So this couch right here was from Macy's, my very first big girl couch. And I have had it for over 7 years and it still serves me very, very well. Very durable, very strong, and the color is just very beautiful. And one of my favorite things about this couch is that I can just take out the couch covers, put them in the washer, dry them, and put them back on. This is a high traffic area because you have friends come over, you know, sometimes people put their feet on the couch. I allow that. I also do it, not a big deal. And you're watching TV, food as well, food stains maybe, or something spills, you know, so I'm able to take the couch covers out and wash them and put them back. And then for the other parts that I can take out, I just do like a wet cloth with, you know, a little bit of a fabric conditioner and wipe it down. I do this about maybe once a month, just to keep the couch a little fresh from time to time, you know. So if you do not clean your couch, over here is a pillow cover that I made. This was the first one I made before I made the second one, which is on one of the accent chairs. I made this and I wanted something that was bold and colorful, something that was a bit of a representation of myself. I'm Nigerian, so I used Ankara to make this. And the back is, you know, it's the same print, but I used the print as is, but then I created a different pattern with the same print and another fabric for the front area. So I could either, you know, use it this way or use it this way. And I love them both ways, depending on how I'm feeling or whatever color I want to work with in this living room. I just kind of flip it around from time to time. So yeah, and then I have another one behind it, which is just I think I got this from Burlington. This was a pair of two. So the other one is on the other couch, on the accent chair. And yeah, they're decorative. I barely use them. I only use this one mostly for my back. This one doesn't get used ever. It's just there to be pretty and decorative. All right. This artwork over here, I did it by myself. I love art. I love anything DIY. I love home decor. So I like to play around a little bit with color and just testing out things. You know, I see something on YouTube or on TikTok or Instagram, you know, and I just kind of find a way to either replicate it or do something similar. And yeah, So most of this is watercolor and a mix of paint and baking soda just to give it a little bit of texture, and I just kind of went over it like a plaster and then painted over some areas. So this is what this looks like. It doesn't look like anything in particular. I would call it abstract. But yeah, I just wanted something that was a bit more, that has texture, something that's a bit colorful but not too colorful, you know. So this is how it ended up. The frame did not have any of this. I added this. These are little wood cubes from the Dollar Tree, and I just painted them the same color or similar color as the actual frame, and I just kind of like eyeballed each cube and put them all over the frame. That adds to the overall aesthetic of the artwork so that it doesn't look like a boring artwork. You know, I wanted a bit more interest. So most of the artwork I do, because I do them not as a professional, I just do them because I wanted to play around with something. They're not perfect, and I think that's perfectly okay, because it's a reflection of, you know, imperfect life, imperfect human beings doing imperfect things. So all this artwork was done, you know, at different times depending on how I was feeling. And if you notice, I do like a mix of greens in my, you know, space, blues, a little bit of color, but not too much color. This artwork over here was made with the same wood cubes that I used for the painting on the wall. I also used them here, and I kind of painted a few of them different colors just to add a bit of a visual interest to the artwork. But all of these are just cubes, wood cubes. There are a few imperfect areas that I need to fix, add more cubes, or just kind of paint over them. But we'll see. But it's still a work in progress. I hung it so that I can see what it looks like and know exactly what else I need to add or how else to finish the artwork. But so far so good. This is what it looks like, and I absolutely love it. Sometimes it's just a matter of taking, you know, little things around your home and putting them together. Get a glue, get watercolor, honestly, paint, and just make something. You know, let your hands move in the direction you want them. So over here is just extra seating. I do not use this chair at all. It's more for aesthetic purposes. The main couch is where I do most of the seating and, you know, every other thing that I do around the living room. But here is just to make the place look good. And so is this. This also is for your feet, for those who like to sit down and lift their legs up. This is what this is for. It's not very sturdy, so you can't sit on this one. It's more supposed to be for like you know, to assist your legs and make you a little more comfortable while sitting down. So this pillow cover is similar to the one that I showed on the couch. The same technique. I do have a YouTube video on how I did this pillow cover. It really doesn't get used, and it's also made out of Ankara fabric. So this is the main primary fabric that was used to create the cover, and then the front is the same fabric I just talked about with another fabric to create kind of like a new fabric or some kind of a pattern for the front. So like the other one, I can either put it this way or put it this way. Either way works depending on what I'm feeling like. So I think I'm just gonna put it this way. I haven't put it this way in a long time, so I'm gonna leave it this way. And over here is a shelf with just a bunch of like random things, candles, just different things. And there is no plan or intention behind this. It's just a collection of different things that I've kind of like accumulated over the years. Some were given to me, some I thrifted, some I made. Like I made this, well, not the glass, but I made this part. This was given to me by my mom. I got this from Goodwill. Candles, you know, and then other random stuff. This shelf I've had for a very long time. Even before I moved out on my own, I've had this shelf. It's from IKEA, and it came in like the brown wood the typical brown wood IKEA has, and I kind of sanded it down and painted over it just so it matches the overall vibe in this living room. So if you look a little closely, you would notice like a contrast color in the back. The shelf itself was painted in a kind of off-white, and then the back, just to create a bit of contrast, was painted in a different color. So this coffee table I got from next door, and I think I got it for about $35. It was not originally a coffee table, it was a side table. And the coffee table was much bigger than this. But of course, for the space I'm in, the side table became the coffee table. And the legs were originally gold, but I spray painted to black to match overall my living room. And this magazine is just a catalog. It's not an actual coffee table. I liked it, took it from my dad's house, and yeah, and I put it here just to add a little more character to the coffee table and to my living room overall. And then this tray is from Goodwill, and I think I got it for about $5. So this just holds my remote, and yeah, I wanted to keep the coffee table very simple. I don't like clutter, so less is more for this coffee table, and I think it works well. So this area is another sitting area. I don't really use it. It only gets used when people come over, which is not very often. And I've added a throw pillow on top of it for extra comfort, because it's easier to sit on this with a pillow behind you than against the wood. This is not comfortable at all. And I want people to be comfortable when they come around. You know what? One thing I realized is all of my throw pillows are two-sided. So you can either put them this way or put them this way. It works both ways, and that's a good thing. So instead of having to buy something new each time, all I have to do is just move things around, flip something, you know, and then it becomes a whole new item. I like it better this way. For my TV area, there isn't much to show. It's just a TV with a console at the bottom. I kept this a little simple. That's why I said a little, because I do still have, you know, few decorated pieces at the bottom, but it's very simple. It's not start at the bottom. This is my Comcast internet box, and then a vase that had flowers, but there's nothing inside at this point. I didn't know exactly what to do with it, so I just put it here. There isn't much to show here. It's just the TV, and yeah, that's that. All right, that is it from my living room tour. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm sharing this because I do, in one way or another, want to give people some sort of inspiration on how to style a small space. You don't always have to have a big space to be able to maximize space. You can always work with where you are part-time. So this right here, the space, is a transition for the next thing. And I know for sure that when that next thing comes, I know exactly how I want to decorate. Another thing is, everywhere you are part-time is your home. There is no destination home, because the funny thing is, even when you think you have gotten to your destination home, there's always going to be something bigger, something better, because as human beings, we always want the next big thing. We're always aspiring for more, aspiring for something that's like an upgrade or better than what we have now or what we had in the past, you know? So if you live in an apartment, do not be afraid to push the boundaries, okay? Whatever you can do to make it a home, please do it. Do not wait until you buy your home before you decorate. Make every place you live in a home. So if you ask me what home means to me, home is a place of peace, a place of solitude, a place where I can fully express myself, a place where I can fully be myself. So I hope this video encourages you to be yourself unapologetically. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. God bless you. Bye.